Hi and welcome. It is Sunday, January 20th, and we are going to take a look at the vibes for us in the coming week, the vibrational energies, frequencies on the planet around us, how we can best utilize them. And of course, we're starting with the full moon tonight in the sign of Leo, and it also is a lunar eclipse. And we all know the moon is reflective of the emotional bodies, so there's been I've seen a lot of triggering going on, especially in the areas where people are most stuck in their patterns. They're being triggered, so there's a lot of intensity, a lot of frenetic energy been the last couple of days. And this full moon is an opportunity to really transform around these areas where we've been stuck and to integrate these old patterns into something that's more useful and serves us rather than holds us back. It's an opportunity to turn these points of weakness into more of a point of power by really working the energy, being willing to move into the trigger, being willing to see the pattern, and being willing to let it process and let the full moon energies do their work. And this full moon is in Leo, with Leo being about expression and about creativity and about really being the center of attention. Leos like to be the center of attention. And I just found it interesting when I was looking up the sign as I was preparing for this. I wanted to see what sign the full moon was in because I hadn't really read anything on it. Not an astrologer, but I just know enough about astrology to be dangerous. But the first thing that popped up sounded interesting to me, and I clicked on it and had this sentence in it. According to astrologer Channing Nicholas, this eclipse helps us to tap into and explore the potency of living out our potential when we allow our unique self-expression to surface and take flight. And I loved it because it brought to mind my 2019 You Do You energy reading about this is what this year is about, creative self-expression. Really coming into who we are and then letting that express. So I thought that was interesting and I wanted to read that. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the cards here. We're using the Nature's Whisper Oracle cards, and the first card for us for the first part of the week is to be gentle with yourself. This is a really important aspect of integrating energy, is being gentle with yourself and being non-judgmental. There really is no good or bad, right or wrong, and where you are at right now, or what triggers you're working on. They may look like they're holding you back, and they're aspects of the ego, and their purpose has always been to protect you. And at a point in time, our stuck patterns are something that protected us somehow from harm or from danger. And so we've spent the rest of our life using that to protect ourselves, but sometimes at this point in time it's more to our detriment than to our help. So it's about getting in touch with whatever that aspect of the ego is, how it's been protecting you, and then give it a new job. I love to give them a new job. Usually, you go in, you do the inner child work, and you see the inner child that is really tapped in there and connected to that issue, and give that child a new job. Say it's around self-worth, and it's something that an aspect of you that is negative self-talk. Give that child a job to find the positive self-talk instead of focus on the negative self-talk. Because that's what we do as humans, right? We retain the negative because it's a way of protecting ourselves from that happening again. And we let go of the positive. So give that inner child the job of holding on to the positive and speaking the positive and reminding you of the positive instead of reminding you of the negative. That's just one example of a way to give the inner child a new job, and a way that you can be very gentle with yourself. That's another job you could give these inner aspects of ego. Just give them a new job. That's all they need. And if it's to be gentle with and loving with yourself, then that's awesome. So as we start out the week integrating these triggered parts of ourselves in this full moon energy, we'll deal with that Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and so take the time to really move as slow as the slowest part of yourself, and move gently. Do you do what you need to do to take care of yourself. And then as we move into Wednesday and Thursday, the higher ground card comes up. So that is really awesome, and that's a beautiful flower that's opening. So that really speaks to me. It really speaks volumes to me. I can just really retaining that beautiful violet color of the flower, and that it's opening. So this is telling me that we're going to have success in what we're working on this week, and that is really awesome to me. If we take time to do it, we're moving into this higher ground, this newer space, a more integrated self. And that's coming a Wednesday and Thursday. So it's really, to me, we're gaining momentum for this coming year. I know these eclipses, I think I read that this was the 5th eclipse involving the sign of Leo, and I think over the last couple of years. So there's been a lot going on about the development of the self and the willingness to let the self shine. That's the Leo energy. The willingness to let yourself stand in the spotlight, whatever that looks like. It doesn't have to be famously standing in the spotlight or standing in the middle of a crowd and everyone's staring at you. It can be in a much smaller way. It's just about letting you shine. And this is, as you get to this higher ground, I'm feeling confidence. I'm feeling really more integration. I'm feeling self-acceptance. And so these are going to be the big words to look for within this week. So we got the little inner us's doing a good job with their new jobs. And as we move into, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we will, get to catch our breath. This is the last, of course my phone didn't get all the way turned off. Catching our breath. So, wow, it looks like we will hit the ground running this week and running. So as we move into the weekend, it's time to just sit back and try to relax, catch your breath, and let it all go. See where you're at, or don't see where you're at. Just be for a little while, and not think about, not work on, not integrate, not do anything. Just let yourself sit back, catch your breath, and be. Enjoy whatever is going on around you, whatever that looks like to you. If it's sports, think about nothing, do nothing. No information, no full moons, no the next big thing. Just let yourself be. And to me, that's a beautiful way to spend Thursday, Friday, especially Saturday, just relaxing and being. So I hope everyone has a really fabulous week. Enjoy the full moon. It's going to be fun. It's a wild ride already, so let's keep it rolling. And like I said, do the inner work, because you're going to get a break at the end of the week. We'll just sit back and relax. So hit it hard in the beginning, and then move on to that higher ground, and then just sit back and relax.